Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to give a talk about severe anxiety, and I'm going to talk about 3 ways of dealing with severe anxiety. So, many blessings. Okay, so I'm out here, beautiful summer's day now. We're not far off the longest day in the year. Next week, I believe it is. And I have received a question from a subscriber asking me about severe anxiety, saying that he has severe anxiety along with ADHD, and he's found that pills don't work, so he's asked, are there some ways of dealing with severe anxiety? So I will share some techniques with you for what I believe is really powerful. I'd say where I would personally start is, number 1 is to do with the breath. The breath. Now, I've known people who have suffered from severe anxiety, and I've seen them doing the breathing. And this is something that is really great for dealing with severe anxiety. So the breathing. So when we're starting to feel anxious, doing a breathing technique. And yet what I would also say is that it's learning to practice this breathing when you're not feeling anxious as well. Because what that does is it just takes the edge off. It means you don't necessarily really get to that really anxious space because you're feeling calm a lot of the time. It's not this low level anxiety and then it just builds. It starts to just diminish during the day, so you never really get those really anxious times. So your severe anxiety becomes just anxiety, and then eventually it starts to dissolve away. So as I'm talking, I've thought of some more things which would be good for anxiety, so maybe I'll add those on the end. So first thing, breathing. And the one breathing technique I've been doing recently is the Wim Hof method, which is essentially doing 30 breaths in and out through the mouth. It reminds me of some pranayama from yoga, in particular Kundalini yoga. I think it's called the cooling breath, where you're just breathing through the mouth. So and we count for 30. Now obviously when you're doing these exercises, you know what Wim Hof recommends is it's not to do it when you're driving, when you're operating machinery, etc., to do it seated. And if you feel lightheaded at any point, then stop, and next time do it a little less intense. So we count for 30, and what Wim Hof does is he then recommends you hold your breath on the out breath. Okay, so I'm not going to teach that here. I recommend that you find the videos by Wim Hof, and if you'd like me to teach that, I'm happy to do that. Just put a note at the bottom of the video. So that's the first thing, breathing. Once you've got that, and it just, when the anxiety even starts, it's like, oh, it changed the chemicals. Wim Hof's wonderful thing with him is he started to have these scientists examine him. So hormones are released when you do the breathing, so you just feel lighter. I feel lighter just from doing those few breaths. So that is really powerful, and the anxiety just doesn't bubble up. So that's the first thing, breathing. And if you're practicing it when you're feeling good, you make it a routine. Every morning, you wake up, that's your first thing that you do. You really make it part of your life. so that when the anxiety comes along, you're ready. You know it like the back of your hand. It's like, ah, yeah, I'm just going to do the breathing. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing that I would recommend is, I'll clean my feet a bit, is grounding, or it's also known as earthing. Now, you can buy earthing mats, which go on your bed, underneath your computer. And what that does is just connects you with Mother Earth. Now, there's been quite a lot of studies. There's a book out there called Earthing that I was reading the last few weeks. And it's something that I love doing in summertime. I come into the garden and I spend, large periods just walking around bare feet. I go running bare feet. And I feel so much better for it. And there's scientists and doctors now in this book showing what the health benefits are. And for me, just getting outside bare feet, even if it's cold, if you can go and walk in a park, or if you've got a garden, it makes such a difference to how I personally feel. So I recommend that as the second thing. If you're feeling anxious, then walk outside, bare feet. Obviously you need to be touching the earth, so either grass or bare earth or sand, if you can go and walk by a beach. And go swimming. If you can go swimming naturally, either in rivers or in the sea. The sea, the salt water, conducts this energy even more, and I think that's another really powerful way of dealing with severe anxiety, getting outside. If you live in a city, then look at getting grounding mat. You can get a wristband which connects into the earth socket, and that connects into the earth. And I've personally found, I've not used one of these, but just being outside really helps me to clear my mind. So that's the second thing, earthing. The third thing is to do with some form of physical exercise. So it could be walking, it could be Tai Chi, Qigong, and because you're coordinating the breath and slowing the breath down, that is a really powerful way to start to deal with those anxious thoughts and to deal with anxiety as a whole. And what I would say is that then leads you, because your question was about it's hard to focus while you're meditating. Yeah, when you do the Tai Chi, the Qigong, the physical exercise, and then you meditate, you'll find that you're able to still your mind much easier because of that. And this is when I've been teaching meditation corporately. I've found that doing some Qigong with them first and then meditation, that enabled them to let go and to have a deeper experience of meditation. So the other thing I'm going to add in, so meditation I would say is the fourth thing. The fifth thing is to do with laughter. I was going through a period in my life where I was quite stressed and unhappy. Wouldn't necessarily say anxiety, but I was not feeling very happy within myself, and that's when I picked up laughter yoga. I thought, I've got to deal with this in some way, and there must be something I can do. So just laughing. It like cuts off the brain. And it releases endorphins and these feel-good chemicals. So whatever was worrying about, it just like ba-boom, it disappears. So so I think that's really those 5 things. First thing is about breathing. Second thing grounding, and doing some Tai Chi, physical exercise, meditation, and then laughing as well. So I hope that has helped, and yeah, if you'd like me to actually lead you through some of these practices, then please leave comments below and I'll do another video. So many blessings to you, and may you be well.